Oh my goodness. All right. So, yeah, the world's crazy, right? So, talking to everybody, my phone blows up every time somebody does something. And by the way, let's just get into the Trump thing. There are some people who refer to Trump as my man because I laugh at him all the time, and I'm just like everybody else who's like, sometimes Trump, you should shut the fuck up, right? Because it just gets old. But as far as like, I will tell you, I don't really give a shit. What I do care about is Camilla, whatever her name is, however you pronounce it, scares the living shit out of me. I don't know if y'all did your research, and everybody goes, "Well, who cares? She's the vice president." Do you all not understand the role of the vice president? So if Mr. Alzheimer's Biden becomes too impaired to do his job, when they finally figure out that, and believe me, I know Alzheimer's, I know dementia, I do. Right here is where it shows, and anybody who's worked in that field long enough will say, yeah, that dude's going out. So anyway, when he's found incompetent to do his job or can't do his job for whatever reasons, she becomes president. You got to do a little research on her. Scares the living crap out of me. Like, I want to move to, like, Antarctica. Scares the crap out of me. I just. So there's my opinion. Don't care about Trump. Don't care about Biden. Don't care about the good boy system. Um, I'm one of the poor of America. They don't give a crap about me. And if you really thought that all of this crap matters, like you really have a voice in government, welcome to America. You don't. You can't afford it. You got to pay to play. Welcome to America. We are all about the money. Money, 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 money. Money. All I can do is survive the best way that I can and hopefully be left in peace until I die. That is pretty much it. I can do as much good as I feel I'm capable of, that I want, to those around me. But really, do you think any of them care about Lee sitting over there feeding her chickens and struggling to survive? Do you really? They don't care about me. They don't care about most of us. We can't afford to pay to play. Our voice does not really matter. Now, a long time ago, what we were founded on, what you're all counting on, is that we had a voice. Every single American had a voice. Nope. Nope. We don't. I am always flabbergasted by the bullcrap that we're fed and by the options that we're given. Our votes go to people who are repulsive. Really repulsive. Like, make me sick to even watch for more than 10 minutes. I'm like, you're not even human. You could give a crap less about anything but you. And this is a problem because it's seeped down into society to where we all are being trained to be about ourselves. Just be about you. And we have gone from a society that cared. I grew up in this really little town that was beautiful, and how I was trained to behave is to know whether or not my neighbor's starving and to help them without being abusive about it. And you all know what I'm talking about. Where, if you could use a little bit extra, hey, got a little bit extra, buddy, you want some? I don't have to be all up in your grill. I don't have to be up all in your business. And I don't have to tell anybody else that your cupboards are bare. But I can take some beans and rice out of my cupboard and go, hey, had some extra. Just giving it to you. Have a good day. Love you. If you need help with your garden, I'll help you with your garden. Just let me know. You need pulling weeds? Let's pull the weeds. You need your car fixed? Let's fix your car. What we got to do? Because we're a community. We're supposed to work together. We're supposed to help each other. We're not supposed to be nasty freaking creatures who nitpick. Oh my God, you've got a brown spot on your heart. Who gives a fuck? Seriously, that's one of the reasons I left the city. You really care in the middle of the desert where you're telling me not to water my yard if I have a brown spot in my yard. And I'm going to get a $200 fine for it. I'm sorry. Can't fix it overnight? I guess you can. You can just go get turf. I don't know. At any rate, everybody's freaking out. What's going to happen? All these riots. Sit down. Take a breath. We don't know. It's probably going to be status quo until Biden is found to be unfit to do the office. And then run for your lives, run. Because that woman is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I don't care what color your skin is. If you got some brown skin, don't think that woman's on your side. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my God, don't do it. I'm pleading with you. Because I don't want your lives to be in danger. I really don't. This whole skin color thing, I've gone on it on posts and stuff. I was adopted. I was raised really not knowing what my ethnicity was. I mean, I obviously am white, I think. But I didn't have that understanding or that thing that I guess everybody else does. I was just me. And to go through my entire life having people go, well, what nationality are you? Don't know. I was adopted. Is really kind of weird. And you pray that people, especially in school, tell us about, where your family came from. Don't know. Thanks for bringing that up. Because it was nobody else's business, but yet everybody had to know, right? I had to tell them. My parents were my parents. The people that created me, thank you. And thank you for giving me up. I had great parents. My mom was a little wacky. My dad was awesome. And I inherited my mom's wackiness, and her mouth. So apparently, there's that. So, at any rate, I went at attention. It doesn't matter what your nationality is. This woman's scary as hell. And I wouldn't wish on anybody the horrors that I imagine that she can inflict. There are rules to government. But as you know, those rules can be flexed. We've been seeing them. So, everybody's scared. Everybody's broke. People who, we were in Phoenix and we passed the food line. When you see brand new BMWs and Mercedes in a food line, America, we got a problem. People are broke. What can you do? Well, you do what you can. And if any time in your life you needed community to help each other to get through all of this, it's now. So get out of your me mentality. It's all about me. It's all about me. Quit looking to have better up of the Joneses. Oh my gosh, look. I've got a brand new. Hunker down. What do you need? Well, you need shelter. You need comfort. And by comfort, I mean either air conditioning or heating. And in Arizona, please, most of Arizona, the desert, figure out how you're going to get that AC into your home, how you're going to keep it cool. Because you can handle the winters with blankets. You cannot handle this heat, baby, without something. So figure it out. Whether you're going to go get a backup generator, whether you're going to get some solar to run that fan, whatever it is, that's what you got to do. Next thing, you need water. You need to figure it out. And you need food. And I do watch a lot of what's, I have to YouTube it because welcome to the middle of nowhere. Um, and I am worried about the food crisis. I am worried about where it's going to come from. The prices of food is unbelievable. So maybe it's time to figure out how you're going to have a garden. And if you're in an HOA, maybe get together with the HOA and say, hey, we need to do something. Maybe a community garden, whatever. But and do it so that everybody can share in that. There's never been a point of time where somebody's come up and taken a squash off of my vine and I cared. That it bothered me. That it was going to be a detriment somehow. It's growing. You're hungry. If you're hungry enough to take a squash off my garden, well, take it. But that's my mentality. I've always been like, well, do you need some eggs? Got some chickens, I'll get you some eggs. I always have eggs. You know? Um, I've got vegetables. What are you growing? Let's trade. It's just a thing. And we have to learn how to live together, everybody. As far as politically, stay out of it. You don't want all that up in your grill? Well, don't invite all that up in your grill. Yes, cities might get dangerous. And what I say to that is go camping. Go somewhere else until it calms down. And hopefully it won't be horrible. But you don't want to be in your house while people are being stupid outside of your house either. So there we are. I refer to myself a lot as the poor prepper because I don't have all that money to buy all that stuff to do all those things. So, I do stuff like save my toilet paper roll so that I have kindling. I save my lint for the same reason. When I buy gallons of water, I make sure I have a few extra. I have some rice. I have some beans as backup. I actually plan ahead for the next holiday season because I think holidays are important, and I'm not talking like St. Patrick's Day or Valentine's Day. I'm talking about your Easter and your Christmas and your Thanksgiving and birthdays. Birthdays are more important to me than Valentine's Day, but that's me. But I always have at least a canned meal. I told everybody for like Thanksgiving and Christmas, go get some canned hams, get some dried potatoes and some gravy and your corn, your cranberries. Have the canned meal on the shelf in case you can't afford the ham when it comes in. I have been blessed in my life that I have, family. They sent me a ham, which was wonderful. And then we are friends with a local rancher. We used to work for him. Well, my husband used to work for him. I used to be a pain in their butt. but wonderful, beautiful people. And I was talking to her and I said, I don't get it. I mean, I understand the meat shortage and all that stuff, but what I don't understand is I'm not seeing certain meats. And of course, I'm in a small town, but I had friends looking around because I really wanted lamb. I really wanted a leg of lamb for Christmas. And we had saved up for it. And it's coming closer and closer. I'm like, there's no good meats. I didn't see prime rib around here. I didn't see any lamb around here. I saw the worst cuts of roasts I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, where'd you cut that off of what cow? And I'm sorry, I'm a meat eater. Hate all you want to. I am a meat eater. I like me some meat. So anyway, and this rancher said, you know what? I bought a leg of lamb, or she actually bought the whole lamb at a fair, I think. At any rate, she was like, I have a part of a leg that I would love to give to you. And I went, no, no, what can I get for you? So what I did, because I feel like the exchange is important, is that I made her a bunch of tamales. And I gave her tamales for Christmas, and she gave me a leg of lamb. So, and it was delicious. So, anywhere that you look, you have to look at your blessings. You have to look at the people in your life that you exchange, um, and that you can form, even if they're friends, you can form that partnership with. And I'm going to bring it up. I have somebody that I know that grows marijuana for himself, and I have a marijuana card. Just getting that right. But he grows for himself personally. Now, if you don't know anything about marijuana, there's crystals that come off. It's called keef. And at one point in time, he offered me his keef. And it's just the crystals off the marijuana. It's the THC. So, and I was like, whoa, man, thanks. And I took it and I make candy out of it. And in exchange for him giving me that, I gave him candy. Because I'm not a smoker anymore. I used to be when I was young and when it was really illegal and I had to sneak around and do that. But as I'm older, I'm not so good with that. I smoke cigarettes, but for some reason, smoking marijuana is hard. Um, I'm just not one of the cool kids because I get high really quick. So I make the candy, and I gave him some. These are things, and I realize how, as I get older and I have more aches and pains and I have more sicknesses and I have more of that, I realize how invaluable that medicine is. I got the coronavirus. So did Kevin. Yay. My my symptoms were way different than his. His were, an itchy throat. He lost his smell. He lost his taste. But pretty much that was kind of it. He got a little congested, but it never went into his chest. And I keep telling him it's because me, and I kept packing him full of vitamins, and I'm awesome. Um, yeah. Could you imagine living with me, right? So I went and I got really, really sick. And I went through a night of 102.7 fever. And at some point, Kevin said, at what point do I take you to the hospital? And I said, when it hits 103, because at that point I can have seizures, I can convulse, I can have a lot of problems. At 103, you're going to have to take me in. Luckily, we never got there. My fever broke in the morning. And I haven't been that sick since, but I had a migraine. And this was, I'm prone to migraines anyway, but I get them like 3 times a year, no big deal. This thing was a full week of relentless torture. I couldn't see, I couldn't read, my eyes were blurry. and I hurt and I could not. I was losing my temper with everybody because when you feel like that, you're just not a nice person. Well, maybe you are, but I'm not. I'm so my only saving grace were those candies. I'd take a little piece, and it takes like an hour, but it would calm it. At least it's kind of like I still knew that it was there, but I wasn't crying, and I was able to see again, and it just molded into a fade. And then as soon as that wore off, here it comes again. So that's how I treated myself, and thank God for it. And thank God for Him helping me. And we have to stray away from our norms. We have to figure out what's going to work for us. And what I do recommend is you sit down, you make a list. What do I need? Not what do I want. What do I absolutely need? And how am I going to achieve that? How am I going to get there? Y'all are going to have to put in a garden. And a lot of us meat eaters are going to have to become vegetarians. Sorry. I still have eggs though. So, there's that. And by the way, if you live in the city, if you're not in an HOA, you can usually have like up to 6 chickens. They have to be female only in your backyard. As long as, and there's like distances, look at your codes. You can't be 6 feet within your neighbor's window or your window. The windows are attached to your bedroom or your kitchen. So outside the bathroom windows, that kind of thing. But you can do it. And they're not hard. You feed them and you get their eggs and you give them water. And you do that once a day. And then you go, see you tomorrow. It's pretty simple. Easiest animal to raise. They don't even want your attention, really. They just kind of like feed me and go away. So, the current state of things, nobody cares about you. I care about you, I do. But in the reality of things, those people that don't tell you they love you, they don't give a crap. Stop thinking of only yourself. You have to form a community. You have to get your people together. And you have to work it out. And work it out so that you're not driving each other totally insane. To where you end up not being a community. I mean, we're grown. We got to figure this out. We have to behave like good humans. Because we've learned how to be hateful, nasty, horrible humans. We know that. We know how to do it. So let's figure out how to be good people. That's it. And oh, God help us. Trump, I got nothing to say. I mean, it is what it is. I personally, no, I don't think he was a horrible president. I really don't. I don't. And I'm not blaming the coronavirus on him. I'm not blaming the economy on him. I'm just not going to go there. Are you kidding me? He didn't go and say, hey, give me this really nasty virus so that we can shut down the country. Come on, let's just use our brains. We can't blame him for COVID. We cannot blame him that the economy went to hell because of COVID. I mean, let's just be realistic. Let's blame him for being a tard when he talks. Let's blame him for the stupid shit he says. But this whole last year, no. No. And I'll stay in prayer. God help us. It's not Biden. It's that woman standing behind him. Oh my God. And Oh, I'm pretty sure she might care after she becomes president, so. Find me. Ha ha! Love you.